For An Autopsy. How are you, man?
Hello. I'm actually very good.
How was your gym session?
Well, it unfortunately got cut short, but I signed in and then I had to run back, so I'm going to go after. But I will get it in. It's back day, so I got to get it done.
Yeah. How important is keeping fit on the road these days?
I mean, anybody who follows my Instagram or knows anything about me, I used to be like 400 pounds. Just like, I don't know what it is in stone, but it's fat. And I was very big. And now I'm half of that. So I spend a lot of time like trying to get into gyms and trying to work out as much as I can. You know, you go up and down on the road, but I keep it between like 215 and 230 pounds now. You know, I try not to go over that. And being fit on the road is hard, but important. So
is it like a mindset type thing just to keep you going? Because it's just a lot of traveling, waking up in different cities, kind of thing?
You know what it is? It's like one of those things where if you're eating good every day and you're not partying and you're going to bed on time and you're trying to keep a schedule, it feels more like being home. And the hardest part about being on the road, aside from the work, you know, before the show, the things that we do, the load-ins and the travel, is also like feeling like you have a regular schedule. You know what I mean? So it is difficult, but we make it work.
Awesome. Well, you know? Andy does the same from Every Time I Die. He literally, that man's just a machine.
I just saw him, He's on the same wavelength as me where it's like you have to keep a steady, constant, everyday practice. Like wake up, have my coffee, load in, set up merch, go to the gym, come back, sell the merch. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'll work out twice a day if I can. It's just the idea of keeping a steady mind and keeping everything on the level. It's not always so easy.
Yeah, no, I imagine. No, there's so many temptations on the road and stuff like that. Yeah. So anyway, Sea of Tragic Beast is fucking awesome.
Thank you.
The opening track, which is the self-titled track.
Yes.
It's generally a mission statement that is like, well, this is what the album's going to sound like. Yeah. And this is what it's going to...
Yeah, we opened with a punch in the gut.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you kind of don't recover it until the end of the record where you're like...
Yeah. It's like one of those things where it's the constant climb. You know, there's little ups and downs in each song, but there's so much build up, and then Napalm Dreams just drops you down in like the most depressing, sad way. You know, and that's the whole point of it. You know, that whole one-liner. You know, all I wanted was a way out. Like, there's so many different ways that can be taken, and it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty sad and angry.
Yeah.
And you know, that was kind of the point.
Which was the song that set the tone for the album?
Yeah. You think for me? You're asking me?
Which song kind of came first?
I mean, it's one of those things where I think Mirrors might have been the first thing that really started coming together as a song, or you know, it was our first single, and so you know, it was probably that song. That's probably the one. It sounds like they're starting a sound check out there.
Yeah, that's all good.
Hang on, I'll text Chris. Go ahead, we can keep going.
All right, yeah. Multitasking.
Yep.
Which was the hardest song to write?
Well, the truth is that the way we write is so different because we do a lot of writing through email. Will writes a lot at home, and like while we're on the road, we'll be getting, you know, all kinds of different emails with riffs and song ideas and all these things, but I think out of all of the songs, it seemed like probably Napalm Dreams was like, because it's such a different song. I know Will really went to work on that and really pushed hard to like make it stick as a song. So, and I'm sorry this is a little disconnected. I had to deal with a little.
No, that's cool, man.
I'm telling the listener, viewer type people. You know, I'm sorry about that. I was communicating with the tour manager. But you know, that song was very different for Fit for an Autopsy. It's a very different movement. The sound of the song, the more clean vocals, the mood of the song is different. It's not as aggressive as our other songs, but it's still got a lot of feeling and anger and sadness to it. So I don't know if it was the hardest song to write, but it was like the hardest pill to swallow. You know, the hardest song to release.
Kind of out of your comfort zone, kind of, almost?
Oh, yeah. The first time I heard it, I was like, absolutely not. And Will was like, you got to trust me. And I've learned, you know, the hard way a handful of times that trusting Will is really important.
Yep.
So we definitely stepped outside the box on that one, but it was good.
Awesome. I mean, how much of the new stuff is slowly making it into the...
We're gonna play every song.
Oh, wow. Was that when you were recording that, was that the intention that you can play? And
yeah. Well, one of the things with records is sometimes there's those deep cuts that you never get to play live.
Like fillers I find.
That's not happening. Where every song on this record is worthy of play in its own right. So there's even talk about maybe coming back in 2021 and doing a headliner and play the full song back to back or full record back to back. And then come back on stage and do some other songs,
That'd be cool. That'd be a great kind of end to a tour cycle to
That's the idea.
and then kind of bow it out and retire some of those songs.
There's already talk about, the next record.
Yeah.
So we're going to be writing and recording and playing this record over the course of the next year and a half because we don't want to pause too long. We're excited about where we're headed, and we have a lot of ideas still, and Will's got a lot of ideas still, so there's no rest. We're going to finish out this year. We have
only the end of January.
Well, it's the end of January, and I'm already thinking about next year. But the tour schedule is as follows: we do this, then we go back to the States with Die Art, and 3 weeks it's like 2 weeks and like 10 days, or I'm sorry, 2 weeks and 6 days, and then we're right back on tour again in the States, direct support, and then we go to Australia right after that. And then we go back to Europe for festivals right after that. We're headlining UK Tech Fest for all the folks in the UK watching. And then we
Has that even been announced?
They just announced it. I have flyers over there. We're headlining that. And then we have like a handful of other festivals and headliners around that. And then we come back from that, and then we're doing a month-long tour in the summer, support to Norma Jean, which hasn't been announced in the States, but I will say that because by the time this gets out, it'll be announced.
Yep.
And then we come back from that, and then we're doing 2 weeks in Canada as a headliner. And then 2021, the end of January, we're back on a very big European tour.
Okay.
And then we're going to do that headliner that we talked about.
Awesome.
So we're booked till mid 2021 right now.
Is this record pushing you into bigger venues?
Yeah, it's been the response and the overall has been incredible. Yeah. So it's been really good.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to sound check, and I'm probably going to have to move.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the show.
Thank you so much.
Good seeing you.
Thank you.
I hope you have fun at the gym later.
I'm probably pass out. I'm so tired. But yeah, thank you everybody for checking us out.